All right, now we're going to talk about something that I really, really love. I think it's an underappreciated part of our brain and our skills and our abilities, and one of the free components that come to us in our life. Um, Dr. Jackson, we're going to jump into imagination. I'm going to let you flow on imagination. I'm going to come behind you and kind of talk about something that I think is amazing about our imagination, and give like a little example. So please take it away.
Thank you so much. I think with everything that we've learned up to this point, we can really have fun with imagination because now you can envision what you see for your future and take all the elements to this point to be able to kind of structure that in how you would like it. For me, when it came time to decide, I want to be a dental hygienist, I really looked at my life and I said, oh, when I graduate, I would love to be able to do this. I would want to look this way. I want to be able to speak this way. And so by the time that I started dental hygiene school, I was able to structure myself in the way that I had envisioned before I even started. So that when I finished, it was like, wow, I am who I definitely saw myself being. And so this is a very fun time to be able to see the end in mind, as Stephen Covey says, and
Mm.
then come back around and make that picture.
I think the imagination has several beautiful components that I think go a little under discovered. And so, one, I think what you're talking about is first the most important thing. We lose that childlike ability, and I think we forget what imagination actually is. We stop using it to believe that we can be more things that we are, and we kind of follow what's ever kind of given to you as, okay, here's your raise at your job. So that's what you look to next. And you're a little bit of imagining yourself in that phase. But was that really like the full range of what your imagination could have really thought of for yourself? I like a very good example used by Maxwell Maltz in psychocybernetics about imagination, where he calls it your imaging ability. Your imaging ability. And so I want to give an example right here. Now I do this with my son sometimes. So you, the student, just close your eyes for a second. Okay. Now imagine the inside of your car. Where's your glove box? What's in your cup holders? What does your lights look like when they come on your gauge? What does your steering wheel look like? All right, now open your eyes. You're still sitting here taking the training, but you were able to see the inside of the car as crystal clear as if you were sitting there. That is like a superpower. You know what I mean? Like that's imagination's other side. It's not just about dreamy, wishy, I can't, things that you can't really achieve. You have an ability to really see things in a way that they are, as well as being able to think about things you want to be. I think another part of imagination that's really cool is we make, decisions sometimes off of fight or flight, right? Our fear, and we'll get in more into fear, but I just want you to understand right now, pain and pleasure is kind of how we make decisions. So a lot of times when we're stuck, it's because we're imagining the pain of doing something we don't feel like doing unconsciously, and then deciding that we don't want to move towards that pain because our bodies and our minds and everything about us is self-preserving, right? It's designed to keep us alive, but it can't tell the difference between actual physical pain and psychological pain. So if we're imagining that, oh my God, I gotta go read, I gotta sit down, I gotta do this homework, I gotta go to workout, right? If you're laying in bed and you're thinking about going to the gym, you may know you want to go to the gym, you may want to go to the gym, but you're not going to go to the gym because you're imagining the pain of having to get up, go, drive, all these things you don't want to do because you're already laying down. They're not actually happening to you, but you don't want to do them because you're imagining that they're going to be painful. So you can actually imagine them positive, right? The same way you think about a vacation that you're going to go on and you're motivated to go do it, or to go out with your friends for something that you see as pleasurable, you imagine it before you go out. That's why you're so excited to go. You can already feel how it's going to feel when you get there. But all this is imagination. Now, how beautiful is that? Now we're talking about using these things in a deeper way. Do you feel that? These are probably ways you've never even experienced these. And I just want to tell you one more thing about the power and the beauty of imagination. Just realize one day there was somebody who was sitting outside looking at the stars. And when they looked at the stars, they thought, I could go to the moon, right? Somebody can go to the moon. People that thought of rocket ships. Think about the things that exist right now that didn't exist when you were a kid, that somebody imagined and made, and maybe your children or your little brother or little cousin could never have even realized right now in this moment that it did not exist 10, 15, 20 years ago, but it does now. That is who you can be, right? There's a you that exists a year, 2 years, 3 years, 6 months from now that no one could have imagined that you could be. But you can imagine it, and you can self-construct yourself into that person very realistically using your imagination.